Hello. Today, I'll share with you a brief summary and some reflections inspired by the book The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. This famous story is about a pilot lost in the Sahara Desert who meets a young prince from a tiny asteroid. The narrative is full of lessons about friendship, love, responsibility, and the magic of seeing the world through the eyes of innocence and imagination. Let's start with a quick summary. The pilot crashes his plane in the desert. There, he meets the little prince, a blond boy with golden hair. The little prince asks him to draw a sheep. As the story unfolds, the little prince talks about his home, a small asteroid where he lived alone with a proud rose. Feeling responsible for his rose and disappointed by what he sees on Earth, the little prince travels to different planets. On his journey, he meets some unusual characters: a king with no subjects, a vain man craving applause, a drunkard who drinks to forget, and a businessman obsessed with numbers. Each encounter helps the little prince understand the strange ways adults behave. He learns that real connection and love are more important than power or possessions. Eventually, the little prince arrives on Earth, where he meets the pilot and shares his lessons about life, loneliness, friendship, and love. In the end, he decides to return to his asteroid. He says his love for the rose is what matters most, and the book reminds us, what is essential is invisible to the eyes. We only see clearly with the heart. Now, how does this relate to quitting smoking? There are some powerful lessons from The Little Prince that apply here. The first one is determination and perseverance. The little prince never gives up, even when the journey is hard. Quitting smoking also requires persistence, especially when cravings get tough. The second is change of perspective. The little prince sees beyond appearances. You can change how you see smoking not as a pleasure, but as a harmful habit that limits your freedom. Then we have self-awareness. The little prince learns about himself through his encounters. When quitting smoking, it's important to understand your triggers and why you smoke, so you can cope better. We also have the responsibility and self-care. The little prince cares deeply for his rose. You must take responsibility for your health and replace smoking with healthy habits. Another one is the pursuit of freedom. The little prince longs to be free. Quitting smoking means freeing yourself from addiction, gaining control over your life and choices. That's it for today's reflection on The Little Prince. I hope it inspired you. I'll be here tomorrow with another story and reflection. Take care and keep moving forward.